Alright, what you see here is a Casablanca next generation Aria ceiling fan. I got this fan from the fan page, better known as Tommy Bodden. And yeah, it's a pretty nice fan. I really do like it a lot. I was actually considering installing this in my bedroom. And honestly, if I didn't have the Panama 2, I probably would have went on Longo Fist instead of the Delta 2, since that one. Well, or just aside from that, basically, I definitely could have seen myself installing this in the bedroom. But I really do like the brushed nickel Panama 2 in there a lot. I know I'd like this, but I definitely like the brushed nickel Panama a lot. To know that I definitely wouldn't like this as much in there. So, and also this fan arrived like a few months, like 2 months afterwards, or like it was like either November or December that this fan showed up. So, and yeah, the other thing is I wanted to get the the new fans I was picking out to install upstairs done before National Ceiling Fan Day. So this fan would have, if it was there before, it might have went up, but not 100% sure. But yeah, the way you see it here is exactly how it would have went up. I was actually debating not showing it with the white kit at first, but well, not even doing a video of it without the white kit. But the reason is that I think I might as well do it before I did this video, because there's no other videos of Casablanca Arias on YouTube except this exact one, so I figured I might as well do it. And yeah, I really do like the look of the fan. It reminds me a lot of the Hampton Bay Reddington, which is, in all honesty, part of the reason why I wanted this fan to begin with, because the Reddington 4, the white one, and the brushed steel or brushed nickel one, I think it is. Those are major childhood fans of mine, and I really do like the look of those fans. So the fact that I was able to basically make a Casablanca version out of one, basically, it's pretty nice. Yeah, I really do like how the fan turned out, the way I have it put together. It really looks like something. I really do feel like this would look perfect in a second floor bedroom with like those like ceilings that have like windows on them. I feel like this would look really nice in a room like that. But yeah, this fan I think was installed in the kitchen before, because there are some parts of it that are yellowed. One of which being the badges on the blade arms. As you can see, it's a lot more on the yellowish side compared to the motor. And you can see the top portion of the motor is a bit yellowed too. The blade arms are somewhat yellowed. And the blades are very yellowed, which I'm not going to even bother showing it with the blades, because they're just way too yellowed, in my opinion, to even show. Plus, I like it a lot better with the glossy bleached oak blades, which is something I've always wanted for a while. But I think it's actually might be my only fan of gloss bleached oak blades. And yeah, let's go ahead and, before that, let me show the tag. But yeah, basically what this fan is a 3-speed direct drive motor Casablanca next generation, and then next Casablanca California Zephyr. And yeah, here's the light. But yeah, basically what they do back then is most of the fans they didn't. Well, basically Casablanca back then, I don't know if they still do it to this day, but whenever they like just stopped using a certain type of part or motor, they wouldn't scrap it. They would basically use them on other fans and stuff. Like they would use them on like with my white brass Delta 2. They that was like after they stopped doing K55 motors, but it still has one in it. And that's only because it was just one of the leftovers they had, so they just decided to put it in there. So, and that's kind of what they do with this fan. They kind of just create another fan out of some remaining parts from like the Casablanca California Zephyr that they never actually ended up making due to it being discontinued. But yeah, let's go ahead and shut off the light. You see how well it lights up the room. Lights up the room pretty well. We have tested this light kit down here, or spotlights down here a few times already. So I just like to do it for each fan either way. All right, I'm gonna start off on low speed. One thing I would do is whenever I install this, I'm definitely gonna try to swap out that pull chain, the brass, the faded, the really worn out brass one with a chrome one. But this one doesn't use those special Casablanca pull chains. This one uses a regular one, so it wouldn't be an issue swapping it out on this fan. Plus, I feel like white fans, for the most part, depending on if it's very vintage looking on, I feel like they look better with a brass pull chain. But if it's something that looks a bit more on a contemporary / modern side, I feel like it looks better for chrome chain. Has a good roll speed, and this is basically the next generation Casablanca fans. Those are considered to be lower end fans. However, this one performs literally just as well as a regular Casablanca. Well, it basically has all the parts from a regular one for the most part. The only thing is like the switch housing on this isn't really the same. Isn't the same type you see on a California Zephyr. And also the hang through is not original to this fan. This fan actually wouldn't have came with a hang through from what I know. It actually came with a ball and socket canopy basically. However, the canopy was such a flimsy one, and I figured it would look a lot better if a Casablanca hang through. This could gives it more of a Casablanca look. Yeah, it has a good roll speed to it. Show it with the white. I remember when Will Hollow did a video of his Hampton Bay Remington 4 many years ago with the white blades. It reminded me of how much I wanted one, and I'm still looking for one someday. But even though I have this, which kind of is definitely it looks like one, and it's definitely a much better version or much better fan than it. I still want one just for childhood purposes. Definitely want it installed, but just for the collection, I'd have it. I honestly wouldn't mind putting this in the kitchen, but I really don't want to because it's gloss blades, and also it is a bit yellow, so I guess I wouldn't mind doing it for that reason. I mean, the Low Profile Plus, that one was a tiny bit yellowed from what I know, so that's the other reason why I put that one in the kitchen when I was putting up new fans and such. For me, basically in my case, if I put up a white fan in the kitchen, it has to be something that's already somewhat yellowed. It can't be like basically it can't be yellowed at all. If it's one that's already yellowed, I don't mind putting it in the kitchen. But if it's not yellowed, I don't want to put it in. Unless it's something that's still being made to this day, and I don't really care if it gets yellowed or not. All right, now for medium. The fan is actually very heavy, and since this fan is basically made out of leftover parts from what they would have used on a Casablanca California Zephyr, the parts are basically typical Casablanca quality. The things that weren't just Casablanca quality are the ball and socket original can't be on it, which is kind of the reason why I'm not using it. It's just so cheap. I'd rather just use something that's basically Casablanca quality on this. And the spotlight kit is actually I don't know if I mentioned it, but it is a Casablanca one too. I could put a K4B on it, but I really do like how it looks better with this. Plus, I feel like the K4B, the spotlights would hang a bit close to the blade arms, which is one of the reasons why I usually don't like using K4B on it unless it's like on a Delta 2 where it has some distance to it. On this fan, it would definitely be a bit close to it. Plus, most of the K4Bs usually have very cheap arms on them, and I'd rather just use this. It's a lot easier. But yeah, it's just more childhood for me. For like seeing fans that look like Casablancas, I saw a lot of fans that looked like Casablancas as a kid with these type of spotlights. One of them being the Remington 4, basically being a copy of this fan exactly the way you see it. So but also the only fans I like without the integrating spotlight kits are like the Hunter fans that they have, the Hunter spotlight kits they make for them. But with other fans, I really don't like. I never even saw integrated light kits, spotlight kits That's the case. I don't really have a thing for them. Do they look cool? Yes, but I just prefer the look of them like this. In all honesty, so I don't mind them. But it's also just a lot easier just to put one of these spotlights on instead of trying to find a Casablanca K4B and such, because those are pretty tricky to find, especially in good shape. It does have a bit of a wobble, and I don't remember it wobbling like this when I tested it without the light. But I know sometimes the fan will wobble a bit with a light kit compared to not having light on it at all. I'm not sure why. I know with the low profile, it used to be in my living room, the brass one. That one didn't wobble at all without the light kit, and then when I put the spotlight on it, it had a bit of a wobble to it. Alright. Shut off the light and move the fan up to high speed. Also, if you guys are wondering why I don't have the Casablanca pull on it like I did in the other video, it's just because I figured since the fan chains are like chrome and brass, I figured might as well just have it without the chain. And also, since I did test it before, I noticed it was wobbling on medium and it was just banging against the spotlight a bit, so I figured I'd just leave it without it for the video. It doesn't wobble on the high speed, so that's a good thing. But yeah, the fan definitely cranks out a ton of air. I mean, it is using the direct drive motor from Casablanca, so that is no surprise there. And it is a Casablanca fan too. Despite it being like considered a lower end Casablanca, such it's still a very powerful fan. And I really don't see. I don't know why these are really considered lower end Casablancas. This specific one, I mean, it is the next generation, but the build on it is literally almost exactly the same as a regular Casablanca fan. I mean, the parts that they use on this, I had the panel things right behind me, and I was comparing the parts, and the build quality seems exactly the same, in all honesty. I guess maybe just more so that like these are just cheaper models price-wise for people who can afford the more expensive ones, I guess. Oh, yeah, it's definitely cranking a lot of air. I remember on my message Tommy after I don't know how I missed his video of it when he uploaded it. I noticed it like months later and messaged him on Facebook, and he asked him if he still had it, and he said he was putting the part on. I told him that I actually buy it from him, so and that's how I ended up with the fan. I definitely feel like that this fan was probably in a kitchen due to it being ghettoed in some spots. Actually, no, if it was in a kitchen, it might have been ghettoed in completely, but it hasn't been in some spot that like constitute a ghetto like this. In certain spots, that is not the whole thing. spin down. It should be about like a few minutes at most. No more than 5. I think it's like around 3 minutes at most. I'm not 100% sure. Now this fan, I know I wouldn't have been able to use the LCA on it. However, what I could have done with this fan is just put it on a very short down rod, and I could have put this in my bedroom, which is what I was planning to do if I did install this in my room, because it does use a regular, what is it? But also the down rod that this fan came with was very short anyways too, I remember Tommy telling me that it had a very short, like a very, very short down rod, almost like a stub basically, so I was planning to use that, but I figured for the video I just put it on this, a little bit of a longer down rod, it's a little easier to hang up on and hang through. And also, since for testing purposes, if it's hanging down a little bit more, it'll blow a little more air, so I want just to get more of an accurate airflow for reading from this fan. But yeah, it's definitely a fan I'm glad to have. It's definitely one of my favorite fans I have in the collection. And it's definitely something I'm installing one day when I get my own place and I move out of this apartment. But yeah, definitely probably gonna test another Casablanca after this, just to get some Casablanca videos up. Since I know a lot of people have been wanting me to test some more Casablancas on the channel, which I've been wanting to do as well, but also I don't have as many as a lot of other people, so I'm trying to get rid of some of the cheaper fans I got that I don't care for no more, and start getting some better fans in the collection. Alright, it's come to a complete stop. And something I want to mention, if you guys haven't seen a video of it with the light kit, the reverse switch does have some sort of issue. You gotta like kind of play around with it. I don't know if like maybe the reverse is starting to have issues. I don't know if it's loose or something, but something is definitely acting up with it though. I want to be sure it's on low. There we go. Now it's on. It was going a bit fast on the speed I just had it on. Honestly, if I actually had a spare bedroom here, I probably would have put this in there, to be honest. Just to have another quality fan up somewhere. Just to have another Casablanca up in general. Or actually, I might actually possibly put up something else, maybe, because I don't know. I am supposed to be getting more fans soon. I mean, instead of having it spread, I'd probably make it into an office, but depending on the decorations I'd have in the office, it really depends. But yeah, like when I get my own place, I kind of want to have hopefully 3 bedrooms, but like what I'd like to do is like have one be like an office, have one be like a music room, and just have one be a bedroom, which is kind of pushing it. I think what I might just do is have like the office and the music room be combined if I can only get like a 2-bedroom place. Probably what I'll end up doing. Until I can say I can get either a bigger place with 3 bedrooms. Kind of like do like something that like Brian Peterson had, like he had like a guest room and have a like an office. I'd probably do like one room. Probably like the small room that he has, the one where he has like that little Ventura. But no, he took it down now, but I forget what he has there now. But I'd probably like use something like that as the office, and then have the like what he has as his actual office / fan room be a music room. Those I have so I can have some space for like musical instruments and stuff. All right, now for medium on reverse. What I noticed is most fans tend to wobble a bit on the medium speed, but then like they won't wobble on high speed at all. So I find a bit strange. And then you have some fans that wobble quite a bit on the high speed, but not on the other speeds at all. All right, now for high. And also another thing is sometimes you see fans wobble more on height on reverse than they do on forward. I'm not sure why that happens, but it just does. And this fan's doing a very good job on reverse. I'm feeling a lot of air over here. Alright, and that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for more videos to come.